Hey everybody, welcome back to Prescription Bourbon. I'm DMC from Louisville, Kentucky. Today I'm going to be reviewing Old Forester Single Barrel Barrel Strength Bourbon and Single Barrel Barrel Strength Rye whiskeys. I've got these poured already. Let me bring the glasses forward. Don't have these mixed up or anything. I just got them sitting here. So this is the bourbon on your left. Matches the left bottle, and this is the rye. All right. The bourbon has a nice classic bourbon nose. Definitely has some brown sugar, caramel type nose on that. Smell some oak on that also. Yeah, this particular single barrel comes in at 124.5 proof, and for those that want to know, it's Warehouse G, Floor 1. Yeah, Old Forester is one of those few distilleries that heat cycle their warehouses. So they introduced different cycles throughout the year. So instead of just relying on the different seasons of the year, they can increase and lower the temperature and can actually simulate more seasons throughout the year, where the whiskey in the barrel pushes out into the wood and then contracts back out of the wood and all that. So get more. Some people think faster aging. It's like accelerated aging. These are non-age stated, as pretty much all Old Forester stuff is. So, but it's going to be obviously at least 4 years old. Nice nose on that. Yeah, so Old Forester, if you're ever reading their labels, they always say they're the first bottled bourbon that was sold. So they're as a product, they actually bottled and sealed and sold their bourbon, and it was someone that could control the quality of the bourbon that way by bottling it and sealing it and selling it. This particular label on this single barrel bourbon tells a story of how they claim that they are the first single barrel bourbon that was sold to whiskey aficionados back in the day. They don't say what year, but they do say it was established by George Garvin Brown II. So that was several years back. All right, give this rye a nose here. All right, the rye. I also get some brown sugars on the rye. Definitely a different nose. I'm not getting the caramel or wood, but it is more of a bread note on that. So yeah, pleasant nose. This particular single barrel on the rye comes in at 130.5 proof, and it's Warehouse K, Floor 2 for those that are interested. So, all right, go through and get these a quick taste. Yeah, this bourbon definitely has some sweetness on the tongue. When I hit my tongue, immediately turned to spice. It's got a lot of spice going here. It's cinnamon spice. Not really getting any oak on the taste. Sweet vanilla, cinnamon flavor on that. So good warmth. Doesn't seem to be really crazy hot. But the warmth is on the tongue, and the warmth is in the chest going down. All right, with these bottles, I think they do have a 100 proof single barrel release now. Up until a couple years ago, they had just a 90 proof single barrel. That was the only one you could buy. They discontinued that and went to these picks where people could go and do barrel picks. And at that point in time, they went to both 100 proof and barrel proof releases. So yeah, interesting. All right, the The mash bill on the Old Forester bourbon mash bill is 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley. So, decently high rye, 18%, but yeah, quite a bit of corn there, 72% corn. So yeah, classic, very nice bourbon. All right, give this rye a quick taste. Okay, definitely very much different than the bourbon. I had a little bit of sweet on that too. Definitely wasn't as sweet, went away quicker. Very much spicy also, cinnamon spice. I'd say black pepper spice also, cinnamon and black pepper in there. Detecting some oak, some dryingness on that from the oak on that too. But you know, this guy is higher proof. But it's not as warming. Spice is probably spicier on the tongue, but it's not warm or on the tongue or in the chest. So nice and pleasant. So the mash bill on the rye is 65% rye, 20% malted barley, and 15% corn. So it's a high malted barley mash bill. Old Forester, or I should say Brown Forman, acquired that recipe in 1940 when they bought out the old Normandy brand. So I think they marketed it for, you know, several years after that, but it had been off the market for over 40 years. And they just came back out with Old Forester Rye back in 2019. It's on the shelves. The just 100 proof, Old Forester Rye that came out in 2019, and it's got the same mash bill. So now they've got some single barrel proofs out. So very nice. All right, that sweetness lingered around a little bit longer that time on that sip, but definitely get that, that spice, that cinnamon, that black pepper spiciness, and still can, touch of drying from probably the oak or whatever on that. So so this guy is definitely, a step up from just the 100 proof Old Forester Rye. I mean, it's 130 proof. This bottle's 130 proof, so it's 30 proof higher. But they're not crazy expensive. This bottle, I think, was $79 or something like that. So, the regular 100 proofs, $25 bottle. So, I mean, it is 3 times as much, but definitely a step up. So this bourbon, being 124 proof, is not that big of a step up from, let's say, the 1920. The 1920 is a $60 bottle. It's 115 proof. So, these should only be, $80, $90. Although I've seen them, up to $100, $120 and all that. So, I think this one cost me $90. It's definitely different than the 1920. Every single barrel is different. So people looking for different taste experiences, different, just different flavors in general, can really get some enjoyment out of these single barrels and all that, which I enjoy myself. From a proof point, though, I think that 1920, for under $60 or under, is really hard to beat. So this is different experience, but I'm gonna say it's probably not necessarily worth a step up. Sorry, but I am a 1920 fan. This rye, on the other hand, this single barrel experience is definitely a little bit of a tea note on that, on the nose. So yeah, I just caught there, but yeah, definitely a different experience with the rye. You know, for $75, you know, I think it's you know, something that I'm not disappointed with. Definitely a step up from the standard 100 proof. So there you go. So yeah, I mean, these are hard to find sometimes. Just sitting on the shelf, I found this rye just sitting on the shelf, so that was crazy unexpected. This was a store pick, so that's probably about the best chance you're going to have to find these is find a store that does a pick with Oak Forester, and when they get their shipment in, you get a bottle from them. So, and they're all going to be different experiences. So, you know, different you know, slightly different flavor profiles and all that. So, you know, definitely could be worth the hunt if that's what you like, and you know, if the price is not too crazy, then it's, you know, usually a good deal. All right, everybody. I hope you liked what you saw here. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel before. It really helps. Appreciate that. Leave some comments down below if you've found these bottles, if you've tried any of these single barrel bottles before. Tell me what you think. Remember, everybody, all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is not bourbon. The best bourbon comes from Kentucky. Cheers. Sweet and spicy.